The tools needed to install your K&N 63-3074 air intake system are a socket set, a flat blade screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, a 4mm Allen wrench, and a 3mm Allen wrench. Begin installation by turning off the vehicle's ignition and disconnecting the negative battery cable. Disconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Remove the oil filler cap and then lift up and remove the engine cover. Then reinstall the oil filler cap. Next, disconnect the crankcase vent tube from the intake resonator. Loosen the hose clamps that secure the stock intake tube to the air box and throttle body. Remove the stock intake tube. Rotate the crankcase vent tube 180 degrees. Release the retainer at the valve cover port and then remove the crankcase vent tube from the valve cover port. Remove the two air box retaining nuts. Lift up and remove the factory air box from the vehicle. K&N recommends that customers do not discard their factory air intake. Remove the air box mounting grommet from the frame rail. Install the heat shield mounting bracket onto the heat shield using the provided hardware. Next, install the filter adapter onto the heat shield using the provided hardware. Install the edge trim onto the heat shield. Some trimming will be necessary. Install the inserted nut onto the heat shield mounting bracket using the provided hardware. Make sure to not completely tighten the inserted nut at this time. Next, install the heat shield assembly into the vehicle. Position it so the nut goes into the air box mounting grommet hole and the tab goes into the air box mounting stud. Secure the heat shield with the provided hardware. Install the silicone hose onto the throttle body and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Install the silicone hose onto the filter adapter and secure with the provided hose clamp. Remove the mass air sensor from the factory air box. Install the provided gasket onto the mass air sensor adapter. Next, install the mass air sensor into the adapter and secure it with the provided hardware. Install the mass air assembly into the K&N air intake tube and secure it with the provided hardware. Be sure to position the mass air sensor so the opening faces the filter end of the tube. Install the provided 1/4 NPT fitting into the K&N intake tube. Next, install the K&N intake tube assembly into the silicone hoses at the filter adapter and throttle body. Secure them with the provided hose clamp. Attach the provided crankcase vent hose to the 1/4 NPT fitting and then attach the open end of the vent port on the valve cover. Install the K&N air filter onto the filter adapter and secure it with the provided hose clamp. Reconnect the mass air sensor electrical connection. Reinstall the engine cover. Reconnect the vehicle's negative battery cable. Double check to make sure everything is tight and properly positioned before starting the vehicle. After 100 miles of driving, check the nuts and bolts and retighten if necessary.